Hello, 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 and welcome to this final boss fight live stream of D&D. My name is John, and I am joined. I am joined by Eloise.
I don't think you're ready for this jelly.
Apparently, Sian has run out of the jelly, so.
Oh, nearly. I'm sad.
Pendragon Nomad does have Angel Delight, though.
I don't think you're ready for this Angel Delight.
I am joined by Clappy Von Trapp.
Hello, that's me.
I almost called you Thaydark. Almost called you Thaydark.
I mean, close enough.
I am joined by the randomest of Sherns.
Ew.
And by Sean, who's going to speak only in mime.
Moist.
Sean, who's going to speak only in mime, however, he's lost his place in the dictionary.
Everyone needs to remember. Moist.
Tanny says, ah, yes. Moist.
A moist fish.
Moist.
How's that cake? It's moist.
It's fucking damp, innit?
How's that cake goes down?
Bit damp in it.
We are here to play D&D and apparently comment on the word moist. Now that we've commented on the word...
I started talking about moisture earlier, and
Yeah.
this is where it's gotten us.
And so that word is now in my brain. And now it's going to be in everyone else's brain.
I feel like the word moist gets a bad rap. I think it's a perfectly good word.
Yeah, but it is. It's just describing food or anything like that.
Tanny
Right.
has apparently stolen an old school meme and asks, how dank are we speaking?
Well, this is why moist is such a good word, because there's no other word you can replace it with. Like, you can't just say wet, because no, moist means moist.
A
Especially when
wet
comes to
cake in
describing
it?
food. Wet cake. Soggy bottom.
Soggy bottom.
Well, see, it becomes different if you were going to try and describe a
How dank is
moist
this cake?
bottom. A
Oh,
moist
Oh
bottom.
lord.
yeah. Although I'm pretty sure soggy bottom was mostly used to refer to pies, not
It was.
cakes.
Was. Oh,
So
just,
it was still moist for cakes, soggy bottom for pies.
Anyway, D&D times now.
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah, that's what we're doing.
that's what we're here to do today.
Well, are you getting uncomfortable with that moist conversation?
No,
I think you
that's
mean
just
this
not
dank
what we're
conversation.
streaming
But
tonight.
why not, John? Why can't we have a stream that's just us discussing the various uses of the word moist?
I'm sure someone must have already done like a D&D campaign, but it's the Great British Bake Off.
Probably.
But D&D.
Last time, you guys arrived after a little bit of a scuffle with a night spider. You arrived at the Rock of Bral. You went shopping and sold some things, bought some health potions, sold off some old gear that you've been carrying around for a little while.
Gleeblax haggled magnificently.
Gleeblax was involved.
It was.
You travelled to the Happy Beholder, where you met with Commodore Krux, a Gif who has an issue with the Astral Elves, although he has yet to share with you exact details of what his issue is and what he intends to do about it. He says that he is willing to help you in whatever it is that he can to bring about the end of the Astral Elves, and well, we'll see what that means for you and the rest of your planet. On leaving the Happy Beholder and heading towards his Spelljammer vessel at the docks, you were accosted by 5 Astral Elves, 4 of them in the sort of standard masks and hoods that you've seen the warriors of the Astral Elves wearing to defend their identities, and 1 in the perfectly normal hat that all Astral Elf priests wear.
And that none of us
Stupid hat
commented on
man.
at all at any given time.
A fight ensued, and you emerged the victors, albeit with a few scratches and serious injuries, and are prepared to now head towards the docks to find the Second Wind, the vessel of Commodore Krux.
Yeah.
Yarp.
Hey, let's go.
And so let's head over to the map and unpause the game and Krux
Which way is
leads
Krux?
you towards these stairs over here.
Oh, is that the shop we went in?
Yes.
Oh, sick. Just got a peek.
Krux leads you down this set of stairs that are sort of carved into a natural segment of the Rock of Bral, and you can see a number of like commercial stands, vendors that have set up down this space, using up every available space on the rock. As you get to the edge of it and see out into the wild space, you see stately galleons, sleek cutters that resemble flying fish, and warships built to look like hammer-headed sharks lining the docks of Bral. Krux waves his hand to a craft that seems modest by comparison to the others. The sails are a patchwork of mended canvases, while its hull seems barely held together by thick vines that bind it like rope. The strangest feature of this particular vessel that he is pointing towards
It's over here.
The tree.
is the large tree,
Hell yeah.
the fully grown tree that sprouts from the aft deck. Krux looks up at the ship with pride and declares, "The Second Wind. Isn't she something?"
She sure is.
Quite beautiful.
Why is
It's
there
infested
a
with a
tree?
tree. I'll get rid of it.
The tree is part of the ship.
Why?
Right on board. He's trying to find something to burn it with.
Just like walking around the tree, like, why is this here? What is it? Why?
The tree
It's
survives
sick, but
fire with
why?
its face.
As you look around the tree, you walk around the tree, and the bark shifts and shapes itself into a humanoid face. I am not just an it. I am a he.
Well, it's nice to meet you.
A pleasure?
So has Thedark ever seen anything like this? Being
You would know that this is a
woodsy kind of
treant.
person. A treant, okay.
You've heard tale of living trees that are animated, largely. They don't pay attention to the lives of humanoids and consider them fleeting things in the much longer lifespan that it has. We should be underway, says Krux. I suppose you should probably meet the rest of the crew. Faladra, the spelljammer, and Flinch, the first mate.
Pleasure. I assume he's introducing us.
And he indicates over to the two other humanoids that are stood on the vessel. They didn't think to provide me artwork for them, so I don't have tokens. But you see a female tiefling who is sort of leant against the front of the ship, the bow of the ship. Not really paying too much attention to you, but as Krux introduces her, she sort of turns round and gives a wave. And Flinch, a Hadose, is currently sat with one of the sails in his lap, and a needle and thread patching up one of the larger holes in it.
Ah, so it's a holy sail.
It does appear to be.
And this is Starbow. And he points at the tree.
Awesome.
Dadark's just kind of reveling at the tree, like, pleasure to meet you, Starbow.
Yes, it would be.
Okay.
Faladra comes over and, are we to be getting underway, Captain? Yes, we are pushing off. I will explain exactly where to when we are safely away from the rock. Is everybody ready to leave now?
Yeah, I am.
I think we've got everything.
Nothing for us left here?
I'll come back and burn that shop later.
Other than at some point we need some sort of rest.
Yeah. Well, you should have some time now. It's, not much to do for a little while.
Okay.
Faladra heads below and the ship pulls away from the docks and heads out into wild space. Flinch comes over, sort of setting aside the sail that they were patching up. Comes over and starts looking at Gleeblax's outfit. You know, you could do a lot better than this, don't you?
Why?
You won't listen. It's a lost cause.
I see youths like the finer things.
Of course.
We're
What gave it away?
style, dear. Can I interest you in some patchwork on the dress? It's starting to look a little tattered around the ends.
perhaps wouldn't go amiss.
Everybody else in your group seems so woefully practical.
Woefully practical. The hell are you talking about?
I'm sure, like, how do I respond to that?
No style in your group. No decoration on the antenna.
Zach will just roll through different colours and be like, I've got all the decoration I need, mate.
Hold on. Where is it? I'm trying to find. Hang on. Where is it?
Oh no, what's happening?
Hang on. I need to find it. Hang on. I can't find it. Oh no. Where's my thing? Shit, has it shaped itself.
Damn, Gleeblax has lost the thing.
There we go. I'm going to extrude it's not coming up with the description. I'm going to extrude a 10-foot long pseudopod right up to his, like, in front of his face, and then morph the end into a middle.
Dreadfully rude.
That's
Get used to it.
I mean, commenting on people's appearance is pretty rude too, if we're being honest.
I'm going to split the end into a second hand, flipping another.
He can keep going.
And he will.
You don't want advice?
Handful.
Fine, I'll go back to fixing the sails.
And slowly them.
We shall talk about fashion when we save our planet. Thanks.
Oh, if you must be so focused on one thing at a time.
Pseudopod steps back.
And he goes back over and starts working on the sails again.
That's what I should have done. I should have made another hole in the sail.
Into
Never mind.
everyone else's head but his. Charming fellow.
Really, if he knew what was good for him, he'd know when to keep his mouth shut.
Not that-
Also, Lady D, you look beautiful as always.
Lady D's always ravishing.
Lady D is here, well.
Lady D is here. Just imagine her saying something very nice and very sweet.
You spend some time getting clear of the Rock of Bral, and it takes you a little while to sort of get away from it with the number of other ships that are pulling in and docking or undocking and heading off in various directions about their own business. It takes a little while to get out into wild space, and Commodore Krux seems almost a different fellow now that you've managed to get him away from the happy beholder. He seems to be lightening up would be one word. He is striding around the ship, barking orders at Faladra and Flinch. Like the military commander you imagine he might once have been.
He runs a tight ship.
And maybe half an hour to an hour goes past, and he comes over and sort of gathers the five of you together.
It's not enough for us to have had a short rest, is it?
Yeah, you can have had a short rest, so if you wish to, I will spend... Tanny, do you want to tell me how many how many hit dice you wish to spend.
I've forgotten how this works, I think.
So on a short rest, you get to roll as many hit dice as you have to recover as many hit points as that allows you to.
Okay. Oops.
I have 6 available, but it won't let me change. Will it let me change after I hit roll, I guess? How many I want to roll?
Yeah, it
you
just
hit
rolls
roll
one at a
each
time.
Individually,
Okay.
and then it should add the
Gotcha. Yeah.
the
Oh, it's
health
added automatically.
It
Oh,
should
sick.
do.
I probably didn't actually need to rest. I was not looking too bad, but oh well.
Okay.
I
I'm happy with
was.
that.
Lady Delilah definitely needed to.
Yeah.
You're up to 41 now, Lady D.
Yeah, that'll do. Level off now.
Actually, I'm going to do one more. There we go. That's better. Okay. I'm good.
Krux gathers the 4 of you on the deck, 5 of you on the deck. However many of you feel like being there on the deck.
Yeah, I'll be here.
Yeah, I'll do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll be hanging out.
Lady D is stood a little bit back, but is listening in. My plan! You wanted me to reveal my plan, but on the rock, the elves have ears. Well, I feel they do. The attack.
Elves have very big ears.
Yes, thank you, Gleeblax. The elves have spies on the Rock of Bral, I fear. The walls have ears. And I feel that they would have learnt our plans before we were ready for them to.
Entirely fine.
Understandable.
Now that we are a safe distance into our trip,
Oh, 1 second, sorry.
an alarm is going off somewhere, and I feel we need to do something about it. Flinch, can you see to that? Turn that damn device off. He looks down to Faladra.
That's canon. That's in universe now.
Yeah.
He didn't do out of character, so that's in universe.
Thadark runs off and gets his laundry out of the washing machine.
Yeah, they like just sat there, like, pairing up your socks and.
It sounds like something that would do. Like he'd take,
He's
Take
had
care of
his
himself.
trousers that have been through the wash hanging on one of the rigging
He
lines.
has lived in the woods all his life, so he probably takes good care of his clothes because he has to. So yeah, it totally makes sense.
One
Sorry,
of
Captain,
my former crewmates is in Doomspace, assembling a coalition of the enemies of the Xaryxian Empire. I believe the only hope that you have of saving your planet lies with joining this coalition and successfully defeating the Xaryxian Empire. However, I don't know much about Doomspace. So our first port of call is to visit an old friend, a wizard cartographer by the name of Topolah. She is certain to be able to provide a map of Doomspace. And so that is where we are heading now.
Okay.
Sounds
Sounds
like a
good.
plan. Can't run blindly into somewhere so aptly named as Doomspace.
Indeed. Running blindly in would result in, well, running into something, I am sure. Not
Oh,
good.
Doom.
Doom.
I would imagine.
Probably Doom, yes. And we don't want that.
Turn
Doom,
back. You do.
Doom is bad. So
Yeah, I try to avoid Doom at all costs.
we will go in with our eyes open, and peeled for danger, and a map. A map is a very good plan.
Indeed.
Agreed.
And it's at about this time that, for the last half hour or so, the ship has been travelling at Spelljammer speeds, sort of the dashing across space, stars streaking past sort of warp speed that you have experienced a number of times. It's at about this point that the ship slows, unexpectedly.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
What the fuck is it now?
Closing in from behind
Oh,
is a gigantic bioluminescent jellyfish-like creature
Oh.
with a
dear.
flamboyantly dressed gentleman standing inside the glassy dome.
Oh, not more poorly dressed enemies.
oh. I was hoping you were just going to say it was a giant jellyfish, like, and it's going to be like a giant flump.
I'd take a giant flump.
And I will just check that I remember to put everybody on the map. I did. Go me.
Woo!
Yay!
Faladra and Flinch are below deck right now.
Okay.
But the jellyfish creature gets within about 250 foot of the second wind, and a glowing doorway opens on the deck of your ship.
Right.
That wasn't there before, was it?
The flamboyantly dressed figure steps through from his ship onto the deck of yours, brandishing a trident, and as he steps through, the doorway closes behind him. Sparkling light surrounds the figure. Heading to Topolah's tower, are we? I don't think so. My friends in the Xaryxian Empire don't want you meddling in their affairs. But forgive me, I haven't introduced myself.
You don't need to, you're a wanker!
My name is Hastane. When the elves came looking for a suitable world to nourish their dying star, I suggested yours. It isn't every day I get to witness the destruction of a planet. I promise it will end beautifully, even if you are not alive to see it.
I don't believe you.
See,
Oh, you
told you,
are going to
wanker!
die in the most painful way. You asshole.
And with that, we will move over to this map.
Not this map.
Oh.
We turn the lights off.
It's all gone grey.
And I'll turn the
Who turned
lights
off the lights?
on.
Hey, who turned out the lights?
Also, there's a whale. There's a whole bunch of whales. More whales.
Whales! And, oh, that's a big jellyfish. Hello.
And I will
Big old fucking
say,
jellyfish.
please roll me for initiative.
You got it.
That can be arranged.
There.
My brain, I can tell I'm ill today because my brain is just not having any of it. Where am I looking, John?
Under the crossed swords.
Cross swords. Oh, over there. I don't think I've ever rolled it there before.
Oh. I don't know where else you're meant to roll it from.
I roll it from my character sheet.
Yeah, same. That's why I
Oh.
always.
I rolled it from the pictures at the top.
What variety of different ways to do it? Nice. There you go.
I saw my little picture on the turn order at the top, had a little dice on it, so I thought, I'll click that. Maybe that'll let me do initiatives.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Lady D's still got a dice rolly icon on the top picture.
Yep.
Interesting.
Wanker detected. Wanker detected.
Oh, he looks like. Oh god, you look like you're 12,
See?
mate.
Look at him. Look at him. Look at the wanker. Look at his face. He's just like, he got the face that says, yes, I'm a wanker.
Looks like a Tory.
Exactly.
Looks like a Tory.
Gleeblex.
Can I speak to you a moment about this constituency? No. Yes, hello.
It is your turn.
It's my turn. Oh boy. I am going to charge up to him. I'm going to try and position myself in some way. Actually, no. Actually, yes. Actually, no. Actually, yes. Yes, I'm gonna go here in hopes that maybe people can get like round into there. I don't know.
Yeah.
And I'm going to smack the ever-loving shit out of him.
Typical.
Smacky poo. Attacky poo. Smacky poo. 12?
A 12 will not hit him.
I do have extra attack now, don't I? I
You
always forget
do.
what I do. So I'll smack him again with the old staff. That's better. 22.
A 22 will hit.
Thank goodness. So he will take a smack. A 12 blue janon damage.
12 bludgeoning.
And I'm going to do a little Brucey bonus unarmed. I'm not going to do a flurry of throws yet.
Okay. Just a standard punch.
Actually,
Yeah, I'm going to try and attack with this. I'm going to try and attack with this. If this hits, then I'm going to try and make that a stunning strike.
Okay.
If it hits. This is a stunning strike if it hits. Which it was!
It does not.
So, poopy poop.
You run up,
Poopy
spin the
poop.
quarterstaff round, and he just sort of steps out of the way of the first swing. You bring it back round
Oh!
quickly and unexpectedly slam into him with the second strike, but as you come round to follow up with a roundhouse kick, he just steps out of the way.
you deft little bugger.
Thadark.
Yeah, we're gonna longbow his ass.
Longbow him. In the ass.
16?
16 will not hit.
Ooh.
Saint Sebastian, this asshole.
Alright, we're gonna longbow his ass again.
More than a 16. Natural 20.
Not a natural
I will
20,
hit.
but that will hit.
Excellent. So then I need to roll damage.
Ooh.
Oh, beautiful. But never fear, we've got our swarm going out as well, so it's going
Oops,
to take an
1
additional
second.
5 damage.
let's not take the damage off of you.
Yeah, please don't.
That's not how this works, I think.
You let go of the wrong bit of the bow.
Just
Whack
smack
yourself
myself in the face.
With the bow.
And I think that is all I can do.
You fire the first arrow, and as it whizzes towards him, he just spins his trident round and snaps the arrow in half. The second arrow fires in true and hits into him. And then it is Lady D's turn.
Make ready your turn.
And Lady D is going to spend a rage and rage.
Oh, I'm livid! Oh! You so-and-so!
Precisely, that's exactly how Lady D rages.
Yeah.
You got it down to a T.
Oh, I'm so upset.
You're a bounder.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Lady D rages, her eyes glow, and a bright spot appears on her chest and fires out and slams into this Hastan.
Get his ass, Lady D.
Who needs to make a Constitution saving throw. Who does not make a Constitution saving throw. And so he takes 4 points of damage as this beam of light strikes into him, and he is blinded for the turn.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Get fucked. Sorry.
It's amazing how you can have a character that instantly everyone dislikes.
You just hate him so much.
Lady D then charges up with a great axe, because that's the weapon they wield, and swings the great axe around once,
Twice. 3 times, lady.
The first time, he starts to get the trident into the way, but she just powers through and the strike just hits. But it is only a glancing blow. The second time, she spins, brings the battle axe, great axe back around. And this time he just brings the trident up and around and spins the great axe out of the way, just missing.
Okay, so the DC is 19.
Wait, so he's over 18?
He's telling us exactly what the DC is.
Good job, Lady D. DC
Uh,
is 19. All right.
19? Oh, okay.
Haston starts his turn doing this.
Crying and asking why am I blinded? Oh god, my eyes, why? It hurts so much, why?
Oh, I don't like the look of that.
And suddenly,
I don't like the look of that at all.
a shimmer
Oh, for God's sake, why are there 2 of you?
and another appears. This one isn't wearing... so on Hastain, there is an elaborate golden crown. I think it's a crown. Let me double check.
It
You
looks
might have a
tacky.
pointy head. Otherwise, John hasn't clearly clarified that he's not wearing. So he might be he's not wearing clothes.
He is wearing
Oh.
a... He is wearing a golden necklace. This version of him that appears on the battlefield is not wearing a golden necklace. But does appear on the battlefield and will act on this turn.
Oh, come on.
And that is his action. Does he have anything he can do with a bonus action that doesn't involve seeing things? No, but we have just had somebody. Hi-Fi Dude, welcome to the FBF party.
Woo.
Take up your sword and let's take this final boss fight on together. No, he does not have anything he can do as not an action, and also doesn't involve seeing.
He sucks. He sucks so much.
However, this other version of him.
John?
Yes, hello.
How does Halo of Spores work with secondary dingus?
He is a creature.
Okay. Well, that's my reaction done then.
He exists. He exists, so go to town, basically.
He starts his turn. You use your reaction.
That one.
He rolls... fails the con save, so he takes the damage.
Yeah.
There you go.
Like a jump.
He is then going to swing a trident at... Fiora's right there.
She is. She's there and everything.
Yeah, she's right there.
Right there within cooking range.
Hi-Fi Dude has redeemed a stretch.
Everybody stretch.
Never.
Sean, you must stretch. Chat
Thank
has,
you for the
chat has
stretch,
decreed
Hi-Fi
it.
Dude.
You'll have to kill me!
No, it's the law, you have to stretch.
Feora does a
Oh,
20
Jesus.
26 hit.
Fucking hell, yeah, it does. Sorry, I'm swearing a lot today. I'm pretty sorry.
Glad to be
No,
strong
it
with this one.
Yes, it hits.
That is this many.
Alright,
Five.
I'm a dodge him.
So 5 halved to 2.
Yeah. There we go.
And then it is Feora's turn.
I'm gonna Swiss cheese this MFR. If I could get my inventory open, thank you.
Poke, poke, stab, stab.
23.
That will hit.
Damage.
Okay.
And sneak attack.
You don't get sneak attack on this one.
Damn it. Alright. Short sword. Oaken full of holes. Let's go.
That will hit.
23 again.
That continues to be able to hit him. Okay, you swing with the rapier, you swing with the short sword, both of them manage to hit this creature. Doesn't seem to be showing emotion in the face at all with the hits. Like, the flamboyantly dressed man who appeared on your deck has emotions and is showing them as he's hit. He is showing frustration, and annoyance, and generally being hurt by things. This creature sort of very woodenly just takes the hits.
Make ready your
He
turn.
somehow created a version of himself that's even more annoying.
Zek.
I am going to. Yeah, exactly. I'm going to. Oh, you know what? Screw it. Let's mix this up. I haven't done this one yet. I'm going to do a. I'm going to get the symbiotic entity going.
Okay.
So, what do I need to do for that?
I've
not done it before.
So, under your
it's in my features that I can see it. Yep.
Click symbiotic entity to put it into the chat.
Usability. It gives you no information.
And then you gain 24 temporary hit points.
Add that in there. Yup.
And you deal an extra d6 of necrotic damage when you hit anybody with an attack.
Cool.
And your Halo of Spores deals double damage, so you roll the dice twice.
Awesome. I'm also going to put myself here.
But you also notice as Zek charges across the battlefield, the mushrooms just grow slightly more pronounced. The colours of the rims around the chitinous plates become more obvious.
Who's taken damage so far?
At the moment, Fiora has
I'm not taking much damage.
a little bit of damage on them. Delilah is down still a fair amount from the earlier fight.
Okay, I'm gonna stick because I can still use a spell because the other one was a feature, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So as a bonus action, I can Healing Spirit, and I want to put it over Lady D.
Okay.
Oh, it says you're already concentrating. What am I concentrating on?
That would be the last Healing Spirit that you did in the last fight last week, because it hasn't stopped you concentrating on that.
Okay, then yes, I would. And let's do that at level 2. That is going to live there. And that does a heal on my turn.
That, I believe, does a heal. Let me double check.
I'm pretty sure it does a heal when it's summoned.
Yeah.
And then you can choose to on your turn.
Cool.
I think. John. The John can make sure of that.
It says, whenever you or a creature that you can see moves into its space, you can, or starts its turn there, you can cause the spirit to restore 1d6 hit points. So, Lady D moved into its space because it appeared.
Yep. Just 6 healing.
So 6 healing to Lady D.
And then that is my turn done.
That is one use of it. It gets 6 uses, so you've got 5 more healing spirit bursts.
How many more, sorry?
5 more.
5 more, okay.
Krux pulls out a musket.
Hopefully his aim's a little better now that he's sobered up.
Aims at the strange wooden-like creature in the middle of the battlefield. Aims, fires. Nearly went wide, but it does hit. Oof! And that is a palpable hit. And then he will... what's the distance to that other one? He can shoot that. he's going to move to here and fire at the other one. Which I believe will be an advantage, because it is blind. Doesn't matter, he just fires off the side of the ship.
Damn it, Krux. He's still a bit hungover.
He's not having a great day.
He's trying though, and we appreciate it.
Gleeblax.
My turn. Right. Well, first of all, I'm going to try and smack the ever-loving shit out of him.
You are at advantage because he is blind.
Blind. Oh, that was nearly a 20. Oh, come on.
That was so close.
So I'm going to assume a 23 will hit the 19 arm class he has.
A 23 will hit.
Macapool. Whoa, that went on a journey.
That was a roller coaster, that was.
And then I'm going to attack him again with the staff. Oh, for God's sake.
He's getting closer. Getting closer.
I'm going to normal hit that one. Oh! Full damage.
Nice.
Beautiful.
And then I'm going to flurry of bros.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna flurry of bros. So 2 more snacky poos. 21. And can I stack a staggering strike with a flurry of blows?
Yeah.
Because it's just as long as I hit him.
Yes. As long as you hit him, it's not an action to do it. So.
I have to decide before I roll, don't I, with stunning strikes? No,
Yeah.
so it's when I hit.
Yeah,
so
no.
screw
it's
it.
when you hit.
Another key point. That was a stunning strike. He has to roll a con save.
He rolls a 8.
He needed 15, so he's stunned. And then my last flurry of bros. So 26, so he gets a little bit of the old damage. Not much, but still something.
You also need to roll the damage for the first flurry of blows. I mean, you can not if you want to. It's up to you.
Oh, I'm not going to not do that, John. I want to kill this person.
Oh.
So the bloody rolly things disappear, so I've got to do it manually. So 1d6 plus 5. Hooah!
How do you want to do this?
Hey!
The stunning strike was worthless.
I mean, technically, actually, the stunning strike was what took him out.
Oh, right, that's right then. So, yeah, I just smack him once over the head with my staff, then backhand him around the head with his staff, and then I just want to drop the staff as it's falling to the floor, grab his head, and just cave his head in with my knee.
This you
And then
do.
just-
Graphic.
And then just before the staff hits the floor, I just put my hand out and grab it.
This you do, and he just sort of collapses to the ground. The front of the head missing now, and leaking on the deck.
I assume his golem is no longer viable as well.
Just Krux like, I just had that party.
Daydark, you can assume that if you wish.
Okay, well, we will not assume that. I'm going to move over here, so I got a clear line of sight. And I am going to longbow his ass.
Insert arrows into him.
You fuck.
That
I
does
said
not
insert
hit.
arrows into him.
Let's try that again. Oh my god. Oh,
Well,
okay.
that's
20.
That just
Okay.
hits.
Okay, thank God.
The
All
first
right,
one, much like the previous round, you fire the arrow and he just spins the trident round and snaps it out of the air. The second time, it just sneaks through the trident's prongs and hits into him.
take that. 14 plus my swarm, so 21 damage.
It's
No, 19 damage. I can't do
19, yeah.
math. And that'll be my turn.
36 damage. That's fair.
Lady Delilah
Turn next.
turns around, comes over with the great axe. Swings it twice and just manages to hit again. Jeez, this is round 2, the same as round 1.
It is your turn.
Hi-Fi Dude has highlighted their message to say, I wish for a group of skeletons to throw rocks at Gleeblax, then a skeleton paladin with a great axe to throw a boulder at Gleeblax. How does
Damn.
Gleeblax feel about this?
Gleeblax does not care. But Gleeblax is eternal. And Gleeblax
He would
is
just
undying.
absorb. He would just absorb the rocks.
He would, wouldn't he?
He probably
He would.
draw facial
He-
features in with them in his head.
There is a point. He did say throw rocks at me.
Yeah.
I will just grab them and throw them.
I'm sorry, he's not going down there easily.
Zek, the creature spins its trident round and is going to attempt to attack you with it. Does a 16 hit your armor class?
16 is my armor class. Bad times. So yes, it does hit me.
That is 12 points of damage.
Are you gonna let me click this game?
No.
If you have your
No.
token selected, it will.
Ooh.
Do you have your token selected?
Uh,
Have you selected it?
apply damage.
No.
Beautiful.
I'll do a cheeky old select.
Oh, also, Lady D started a turn in my healing spirit.
Yes,
didn't she?
they did.
So that'll be another one of those. Do I have to click the roll thing again? Because it's going to take my...
You can tick off that it will tick down a spell slot.
It says, are you already concentrating? It will end your concentration. So it's trying to set off another spell.
Ignore that.
Okay. Consume spell slot, no. Cast spell.
Wow.
Yeah. Did that do it? Yeah. Healing, normal. Yeah, that makes all the difference. Woo!
Every little helps. But I'll apply it as healing to Lady D.
Yay! That's going to be the one hit point she needs to stay standing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Fiora.
Yay, Swiss cheese time. Advantage.
That'll hit.
Thank God for that advantage.
Yep, that would have been embarrassing.
And this time you do get your sneak attack.
I do, don't I? Yes. If I can get it. Get it. Get it. Additional Swiss cheesage. Aww.
That does not Swiss cheese, I'm afraid.
Shame.
You pull your soul back, and there is some cheese on the end, but nothing of him.
Interesting.
Zek.
Well.
Okay.
You know what I've not done yet? I don't think I've hit anyone with my hand axe yet.
That
So
seems a possibility.
you know, while we're in a day for new things, I'm gonna attempt to hit him with my hand axe. Why not? Attack, and I'm at advantage. Yes.
Yes. That just misses, I'm afraid.
Boo!
Fuck.
Boo! I say boo.
Oh.
It will be your turn next.
And can I move Healing Spirit? When do I get to move?
I
that?
believe that's an...
As a bonus
bonus
action on
action.
your turn, you can move Spirit up to 30 feet, space you can see. How does one do the
Where would you like
moving?
it?
Above Lady D again.
The spirit moves over. And then it is Crux's turn, and Krux moves to here, pulls out the musket, fires. Fires a second time.
That was nearly a 20 on my screen.
Both shots do not find their target. Gleeblax.
Gleeblax charges forward. Fucking dives under this guy's legs. Stands back up. And proceeds to beat the shit out of him.
Okay.
At least attempts to. Attack! Advantage! Ah!
That'll hit.
Smack!
How would you like to do this?
Hey!
I want I want to slide under, and then as I'm standing up, I just bring the staff so hard between his legs
Okay.
I like it.
that it somehow kills.
You run over, you slide through Lady Delilah's legs, you slide through his legs, you bring the quarterstaff up, and there is a wooden crunching sound as it strikes between his legs, and just there's a strange springing prunk sound, and his head just pops up slightly, and the strange creature just collapses to the ground like a marionette puppet that strings have been cut.
I imagine his head popping up as like Rock'em Sock'em Robots.
Exactly that sort of thing, yes. And at this point, the strange jellyfish-like creature that appears to be his spell-jamming vessel, the tentacles aim round at the second wind, and I need a saving throw from someone.
There you go. I found a better gift for what I was trying to go for there.
What kind of saving throw?
I need somebody who's not one of you guys to make a saving throw.
Oh.
I need to remember what type of creature Philadra is and have them make a saving throw.
Fair.
They are a bean. They're entirely made of beans.
They might be a bean.
They're a human being.
Ah, you are one of them.
One of those.
She's a one of those. And that means I also need to remember what this saving throw is. It is a... Charisma saving throw.
Charisma.
That's not a D12, it should be a D20.
It's all going to pots. That's a bad number.
Oh dear.
Oh no.
I need to roll.
This pile of damage done.
This many dice.
See?
Jesus Christ.
You hear a scream from downstairs.
Yeah.
And an explosion. And
Yeah.
the second wind sort of starts to drift slowly as the aesthetic, the jellyfish, just starts swimming away from the ship.
Okay.
And then I just need to turn to the bit of text I need to read now. Which is on
Once
this
upon
one.
a time.
You've won a victory, but at what cost? You are presently stranded on a ship without a functional spelljamming helm, adrift in the vast ocean of wild space.
Oh.
You head downstairs and you find the charred corpse of Faladra and the spelljamming helm. Like, normally the helm lights up.
Mm-hmm.
This has maybe a light that is flickering on it, sparks
Oh, no.
raining out of places, steam rising off of both the helm and Faladra, who is has seen better days. And by that I mean days when they were still alive.
Mm-hmm.
Krux, who has followed you downstairs, looks over the scene, pulls out a pipe. Settle in, everyone. We could be here a while.
I'm just trying to see if
No,
I've got
you-
anything.
It's no use, we're going to have to eat the Hadozi.
Don't we have rations?
We do have rations. Blue black, however.
Oh, we should have enough rations to last, and the air
No,
envelope.
there's no use, we're going to have to. We have no choice.
Would you please not eat my crew?
You shouldn't have questioned my fashion sense.
Would you please at least not eat the still living members of my crew?
You can't see it because he has no eyes. The eyes, the claw.
I'll say.
John, can I use up my last 4? I assume Lady D is still struggling health-wise.
They aren't at full at the moment, yeah.
Well, while I've got my last 4, should I give them to Lady D?
Yeah.
It's just 4d6, isn't it? 'Cause it's just a d6 each time.
Yeah.
There you go. Saves them going to waste.
That nearly brings Lady D back to full.
Wonderful.
Let's go.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just trying to see whether there's any, like... Obviously, we're going to be here a while. I can shift spells on long rests, can't I, from memory?
Yes.
Just now having a look through to see whether there's anything that would be worth changing to. Oh yeah, I forget I have the good berry, so I can create food. I can also create.
It's no
water.
use. You're gonna have to eat something.
Yeah, if needs be, I can create food
No,
and water.
it's all right. You can eat the corpses. It's fine.
I'm just going to continue talking around you. I don't know whether it's of any use, but I also have gentle repose, so I could potentially protect our deceased for a while.
It would be appreciated.
Okie dokie, in which case I shall do that. Just so it's in chat.
You touch Faladra and magic ripples across her form.
There's not much else I can do for the moment, but after we've had a long rest, then I'll at least there's some things I could possibly do.
The ship slowly just sort of drifts in space. An hour passes. Is there anything any of you wish to do in this hour?
Do you know anyone?
No, I'm good.
Lee Blacks is poking the corpse with the stick with his quarterstaff.
Oh gosh.
I mean, we've got different card games to play, right?
Cards Against Humanity?
That would be a start.
Cards Against Humanity.
Bloop, bloop, bloop.
About an hour passes.
Mm-hmm.
And you see... Thank you for following the channel. Thank you for joining the FBF party, Chris Hansen 69 _. Welcome to the final boss fight party. Take up your sword and let's take this final boss fight on together. You see a pod of Kindori, which are space whales.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Can I speak to them?
They're about 100 feet away from the ship at the moment.
I've got 120 telepathic distance, haven't I?
You do.
And I could cast Speak with Animals.
You can. But you don't even need to, because I believe your telepathy just works on people.
Yes.
These aren't people.
I will double check the Thrakreen telepathy. One moment.
I know the green telepathy is special, but
I believe they don't need to even understand a language. A contacted creature doesn't need to share a language that with you to understand your thoughts, but it must be able to understand. It does need to understand a language.
Okay, so do they count?
Let me double check. Do they understand a language? No.
So I would need to speak with animals.
They are also not an animal.
Oh, John.
I will, however, allow you to roll an animal handling check to attempt to coax them closer.
coax them closer so that we can kill them and harvest their meat.
Can I do that? Because I'm pretty sure I'm proficient at animal handling. Yes.
Do you have some way to call it over to you?
I don't think so.
Zektar can make one to summon them over, and then when they get close, you can use yours to help with this.
Okay. So with proficiency, do I get advantage, or how does proficiency work again?
Proficiency just means you have a proficiency bonus that gets added to the dice roll when you make the dice roll.
Gotcha.
So if I do a normal animal handling, yeah?
Yes.
No.
You somehow managed to insult its mother.
It's upset by my multiple arms, what can I say?
The Kindori, one of them sort of glances over at you. And then it continues to swim on with the rest of the pod. You do notice that they don't have a mouth.
No mouth.
No mouth.
Okay.
Yet they must scream.
But you do see that, like, lining the sides of the creature are multiple eyes.
Ooh.
And you can see that the eyes are flashing, and there seems to be some sort of almost Morse code that they are using to communicate amongst themselves.
So if they're using Morse code, it's like tapping, right? Kind of clicks and taps.
Yes.
Is there any way to try and get a handle of what they're saying?
They aren't speaking a language that you can understand. It's not a language in that sense. It's sort of animal communication. Or
can I start? Oh, can I with Druidcraft? Can I make? Oh no, it's a tiny sensory effect. I was going to say if I could make a bigger sound. Can I? If they're tapping, if their sound sort of sounds like
they
a
aren't
knocking or banging.
sounds because they are in space. They are flashing lights.
Okay. In which case, then, does Druidcraft have any flashing on it? Nope, that predicts the weather. Flower blossom. Falling leaves, puff of wind, sound of small animal, faint odour. Oh, I can instantly light or snuff out a candle or a torch or a small campfire. Did anyone have a hooded lantern?
I can't remember.
I do not.
No, I got torch.
Lady D has a tinderbox and a torch.
Zek is just going to hold up fabric and have she's got a torch, put a torch behind it, and she's going to lift the flame, or like move the fabric in and out from in front of the flame to create a flashing, to see if that's enough to get them to kind of pay any kind of attention.
You start flashing a light, and they start heading over towards your ship.
Ooh,
Ooh,
beautiful.
They start coming to investigate.
Okay. So can I now do my animal handling check since they are coming over to investigate to see if we can get them to do something to help us, maybe?
You think, as they are approaching, you think you could potentially, if you have rope, lasso them.
Do I have rope? Hold on. I think I do. I do have rope. I've got 50 feet of rope. So now the question becomes, how do we get them to go where we want?
You can make an animal handling check to do that.
Oh, okay.
Can I assist for an advantage, John?
Yes, you can.
Oh, Lappy, you're rolling an advantage.
Okay.
To start with, Lady D will sort of tie a lasso in one of the ropes and start swinging it and gets ready to lasso them.
Okay. So I'm going to roll my animal handling at advantage.
Lady D is going to lasso them.
23.
Let me see if I can...
Ooh.
23.
Okay.
Lady D swings the rope around and lets it fly, and the lasso closes around the tail of the Kandori. And she grips tightly to the rope and like finds a space at the front of the Spelljammer, the second wind, to tie the rope on. And as you sort of... The creature starts to get a little bit upset by the rope suddenly lashing it to the ship. But you run up and you stroke it and you calm it and you sort of climb onto the back of the whale and start calming it. And it reacts and it calms, and you instruct it where to go. And it starts to... You sort of sail on the back of the Kandori as it starts pulling the ship, and the ship lurches and follows the Kandori.
Do I know where we are going, or I guess because of General Krux?
Krux, Commodore Krux, will inform you of where to sail.
Okay.
It's slow. It is slower than the ship would normally go. And you sail for a total of 5 more hours.
Okay.
Is there anything you wish to discuss in these 5 hours while Thaydark rides the space whale?
That just sounds like a euphemism of some kind.
Surfs on the back of the space whale.
Zek will be sat towards the front, just keeping an eye on Thaydark's progress.
Okay.
Obviously, she can communicate with him from that sort of distance easily as well, so she's just keeping an eye.
I don't feel we blacks would do much of anything. Because he was hopeful that we'd harvest it for food, but we're not gonna. So he is sad.
Just gonna be like sitting in the corner looking sorry for himself.
Just staring at the Kadori with a bib on.
Extruded 2 arms.
You
just
try to like
to
motivate them
hold
to go faster.
Yeah.
Like, go faster, I'll eat you.
Yeah.
Does
Yes, exactly. I'm going to do an intimidation check. I'm going to stand behind it with a bib on, holding a knife and fork.
Does Fiora want to do anything in this time?
Nothing of note that I can think of. Yeah, I think she just hangs around and
At
doesn't get up too much.
a random point about 2 hours into the trip, Fiora, the Hadozee, flinch. You just sort of suddenly notice them behind you with a tape measure.
Oh, Jesus. Hello. Except she wouldn't say Jesus because this isn't a word. But, you know.
Just taking some measurements.
Care to ask first next time?
Yes, the ship doesn't normally mind. Yes, sorry. Do you mind if I take some measurements?
What for?
Your coffin.
Yes, I'm also the Undertaker. I have some spare fabrics, and I was interested in sewing something other than sails for a change.
Well, if it makes you have something to do with your time, then I suppose why not?
With your agreement, he takes extensive measurements. And then disappears for a while.
Well, interesting.
About 6 hours since the end of the fight, the fins of the ship suddenly start moving again. The ship suddenly straightens up a bit. Where it was being dragged on the rope, it suddenly starts to right itself. You hear sort of a hum kick in from below the decks that's been oddly absent for the last several hours.
Right.
Flinch appears on the deck. The helm, it's lit up again.
Oh.
Can anyone here spell jam?
That would be me. I will hop up, go and have a look.
I've cleaned
We
the
just-
seat.
Thank you.
I cleaned the previous occupant off the seat.
Did we just do the space equivalent of pushing a car till it starts?
Yeah, we just
Listen.
jump started this thing.
You head downstairs and you see sort of the damage to the helm has sort of repaired itself. The lights are bright again. The sparks are no longer sparking and flying out from the machinery. You sit down in the chair and your vision extends through the ship. Your consciousness and awareness extend through the ship, as is per usual for spelljamming vessels, and you inform Thaydark, or somebody informs Thaydark, that he can get back on the ship and leave the Kindori to their migration. Or
I will do that.
Or you can leave him on the space whale and he can go where he wants to, but
Adventure.
Goodbye.
Thadar just looks back and the ship's gone, just like, what the fuck, guys?
Thaydark,
Are we forgetting something?
Sebastian and Falcoring it up against the galaxy.
But before getting off of the space whale, I'll just kind of give it a pat and just kind of give it some reassurance that good job, thank you for everything,
boy.
all that good stuff that animal lovers would do.
It disappears. It flies off into wild space to join the rest of its pod, who had been following you from a bit of a distance. And they sort of go their way. That is clearly very much they have gone out of their way because you have
Kidnapped one of them.
borrowed
Yeah.
one. Another couple of hours pass as you fly through wild space. This time under full spelljammer control, power, and speed.
Yep.
And eventually you feel the vessel slow again. And you see a crooked tower perched atop a small asteroid, surrounded by a cloud of twinkling cosmic dust. Through his spyglass, Krux examines the rock upon which the tower stands, and the decrepit wooden pier that juts from one side of it. Closing the spyglass, he looks over to the Hadose. "Mr. Flinch, ready the jolly boat." And Mr. Flinch heads to the side of the second wind, and you can see a small jolly boat, a rowboat, effectively a rowboat, moored one to either side of the ship. He starts preparing the jolly and getting some oars ready. And Krux looks to you and gestures to the... "Let us go meet Topolah." And with that, he sort of strides to the front of the jolly boat, puts one foot up on the front, and just sort of takes a heroic stance at the front of the ship.
Is there any issue, like, the ship will be fine where it is without a...
The ship will
right?
just, yeah, the ship will just stay here.
Okay. Then yeah, in which case I will follow. Although as they go, she will ask about the downed crewmate and what's best to do with regards to that.
When we get the chance, we should return her body to the Rock of Bral for passing on to family and next of kin.
Okay.
It's a dangerous life out here.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, so Zach will hop on the little boat.
Dark will as well.
Yep.
As you all get on the boat, Mr. Flinch starts rowing the jolly boat over. And you can see this is a weird, smaller vessel than a full Spelljammer ship. Whereas the Spelljammers have the Spelljamming helm, the Jolly does rely on somebody rowing it with oars to move it through space.
Yes, the space oars.
That's a fun image, not gonna lie.
Mr. Flinch or Krux will inform you all that basically they are used when two ships get close enough, or two bodies get close enough that the air envelope overlaps and the gravity plane overlaps. They can move between them without needing full docking, depending on whether that's because of the size of the ship compared to the docking space available. Or you know, basically, if you can't get your ship close enough, this is how you get from your ship to the dock.
Yeah.
And I think as you pull up to the small wooden jetty, that's the perfect place to end this session, and we will be back next time in 2 weeks' time with Living on the Edge.
Hey.
Which, yes, 2 weeks' time we'll be back with the next episode. We'll end here. Thank you guys in the chat, all of you, so much for watching. Thank you all for being here. Very active chat this evening with some new faces involved. So welcome in one and all. If you haven't done so already, please do hit that follow button. It's a great way for you guys to know when we go live, a completely free way that you can support us on the channel. We also have a YouTube channel that you can go to catch up on all of the previous streams. If you want to catch up with the stories of these guys or the other games that we play, you can head over there, ring the little bell to get notifications of when we post videos there. We also have a Discord that you can join that, if I press this button, will get put into the chat, and also is in the description below the video. So you can head over there to chat with us about the games that we've played here tonight, or games that we play on other nights, or just anything in general. We also have a website, www.finalbossfight.co.uk, where you can find links to the YouTube and Discord, as well as all of the other things we do, including the ever-expanding FBF Podcast Network, which now has Spelljammer on it. So Spelljammer Academy has just started airing on the FBF Podcast Network. You can find that through the website, but it's also available wherever you get good podcasts from. We are confirmed to be on Spotify, on Apple Music, on Google Podcasts, on Google Podcasts, on Amazon Music. We're on Stitcher. If it's podcasts, you can probably find us around there somewhere. We have the following streams coming up. Tomorrow is my birthday, and because it's my birthday, I want to play a silly and irreverent, action-packed and full of references game, and so we're going to be playing a one-page RPG from Marisha Ray and Grant Howitt titled A Familiar Problem, where I will hopefully be joined by some number of FBF people as they will play as the pets of the FBF group. Including including, but not limited to, Ratberry.
Oh, sorry,
So I'm hoping that reference will come up at least once, but also I'm hoping for a impeccable Matt Berry impression from you all night, Sean.
no, that's not going to happen. His voice is far too sultry and gorgeous. Can't possibly do such a voice.
It would break chat. It would be dangerous.
But yeah, tomorrow night, a familiar problem. On Wednesday, Angel is failing at Star Rail. Jeff is running a special Masks of Nyarlathotep interlude episode. And Ben will possibly be playing a thing. It might be getting over it, but I don't know if that's already broken his brain too much.
We understand it, realistically.
On Thursday, Angel loves Yakuza 0. On Saturday, Angel struggles to play Trials in the Sky. And then later on Saturday evening, on the FBF channel, we have the Tyranny of Dragons campaign continues, as we continue to explore the dangerous cave behind the Raiders' camp.
Oh, that bloody cave. Oh.
On Sunday night, the Rime of the Frost Maiden campaign continues as the group pick up the pieces after murdering a fiendish assassin sent to kill one of them, and the moral ramifications thereof, or not. They head out on their next leg of their adventure to try and find a long-lost missing segment of a city lost in the tundra. Meanwhile, Monday next week, Angel will be yelling at monsters in Genshin Impact. And we might have a thing here, we might not. Tune in to find out. For now, though, we're going to do a raid. Who are we going to raid? Who are we going to raid is the eternal question. Well, it's not the eternal question, it's largely the now question.
Smitty?
Smitty's not a bad
D&D is
shout.
going on.
Smitty is not a bad shout. Let's go give the love over to the D&D. Head on over, give some love to Smitty and Tales of Gaming Addiction as they continue to play the Tales of Fumbles and Fortunes. We'll see you guys again real soon. For now, so long. Bye, guys.
Bye.